What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Chris here with Team APS. Today, I got another Yu-Gi-Oh challenge. I have to win with the Shadow Samurai value box. Now, if you don't know anything about this value box, it does come with the Samurai Warlords Structure Deck, and it was released in 2013. So we're pretty much going along with what we already done. The last box we did came out in 2012. This one came out in 2013. And like I said, it does feature the Samurai Warriors Structure Deck and 5 packs. So I'm gonna be able to boost the deck up some with the packs I get in here. I guess I'm gonna go ahead and try to channel my inner Kenshin or my inner Kozuki Odin, because I have to become a samurai and get this W. And if you remember the last challenge, I only had to win 1 game, but I'm gonna go a little further. I'm gonna go beyond plus ultra, and I'm gonna try to win a whole match. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit the like button on the video, because you're gonna like this video. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. I don't know why you're here if you have not subscribed. And just get ready to leave a comment, because it's gonna be a dope video. So let's jump into it. All right, guys, like I mentioned before, I am playing with the Shadow Samurai value box. I'm gonna set the mood a little bit. Wield the power of true Samurai Master. The Shadow Samurai value box hands you all the tools you need to get started or evolve your current deck to new levels. Use the included booster packs to further enhance your deck with the military might of futuristic warriors. This box even has a giant-sized Shadow of the 6 Samurai Shiin to intimidate your foes. I like the sound of that. Like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and channel my inner Kozuki Odin, Samurai Master, Shogun, and I'm gonna open this, and I hope I get some good pulls so I can strengthen the deck, because I actually want to win a full match today. If I win a game, that's great, but if I win a match, that's better. I get prizes if I win a match, because Paul said I will. So we're gonna go ahead and open it and see what's in here. I'm not a mighty samurai if I can't rip this open. This one doesn't open like the rest of them. The rest of them flip open, then the packs are getting stuck. Now we're gonna pop this out first, if it wasn't stuck to the box. All right, guys, so like I said before, you do get the giant Shiin Exceeds monster, which I have to summon if I do summon this card in the duel. I have to put this on the board. Next, we get the Samurai Warriors Structure Deck, which, to my knowledge, when this came out, was a pretty popular structure deck because they had a lot of new samurai cards in the deck. And it was just cool. With the Exceeds, it gave them a new mechanic with the Exceeds, because the deck did not have an Exceeds monster at first. So pretty cool structure deck. And over here for my packs, I have 1 pack of Extreme Victory, 1 Generation Force, and 2 of one of my favorite sets, Storm of Ragnarok. Hope we pull something good out of here to strengthen this. Probably some more Exceeds monsters would be great. As you might notice this time, they didn't give us any of the Yu-Gi-Oh sleeves, and I'm grateful, because I really hate using those things. So I think it's only right that this time we have to play with some katanas. First off, I want to talk about the amount of glue they put on these things. It's probably gonna ruin my beautiful playmat, just saying. I could just read the back, but I think it's more fun to look at the cards. Paper playmat, I think has a cool design on it, so we're gonna show that, but I'm not playing on this. Not playing on this. But what we're here for is the structure deck. Oh man, I hope I don't damage the cards, guys. I'm horrible at opening this type of stuff. All right, guys, we're gonna start off with who we're here for. Shadow of the 6 Samurai Shiin. Once per turn, during either player's turn, you can detach 1 Exceeds material from this card. To target 1 face-up 6 Samurai monster you control with 2,000 or less attack. Its original attack becomes 2,000 until the end phase. So, effect not that great, but it is a 2,500 beater that you can make with 2 level 4 monsters. We got Kageki, one of my favorite 6 Samurai cards. Shiin Smoke Signal in the super rare, which is also a pretty good card. Chamberlain of the 6 Samurai, the Grandmaster himself, 6 Samurai Yuriza, Zanji, Musashi, Yaichi, Kaman, Iroh, Great Shogun Shiin, Shiin's Foot Soldier, Inishi, Shiin's Chancellor, Spirit of the 6 Samurai, Future Samurai, the Immortal Bushi, Hand of the 6 Samurai, Kizan, Inishi, Squire, Daredevil, Elder, and Advisor. And now we're going to get to some of the spells and traps. So we got Dark Hole, the A-Forces, Reinforcing of the Army, the Warrior Returned Alive, Cunning of the 6 Samurai, 6 Samurai United, one of the more broken cards in Yu-Gi-Oh, Gateway of the 6 Samurai, Temple of the 6, Shiin's Dojo, and we got a few traps, which are Rivalry. Rivalry's pretty good. Return of the 6 Samurai, Double-Edged Sword Technique, which is also a good card if you know about it. Fiendish Chain might come in handy. Musakani Magatama, Shiin Scheme, Thunder Blast, and Dual Wield. Now, jump into one of the earlier packs where we first started getting Exceeds monsters. So let's see what's in here. Aquajet, Drill Barnacle, Spearfist Soldier, Tyrant's Tummy Ache, and I spot a secret rare, Bright Future, Orient Dragon, Utopian Aura, Magma Cannoneer, Crashbug Road. I think we pulled a secret before in one of these challenges. So this one is Extreme Victory, Gladiator Beast Tigerius, Mechlord Factory, or Aurora Paragon, a second Elder, might come in handy, and put that to the side, TGX3 DX2, Axe Dragonute, Mech-Time Blast, TG Catapult Dragon, and Scarlet Security. And last but not least, we have two Storm of Ragnarok, one of my favorite sets. We have a Cyber Shield, a Cosmic Compass, a 6-strike triple impact, that might come in handy. Got a Worm Illidan, Overpowering Eye, Solemn Authority, a Tiki Soul, a Goddard Damarung, and Terminal World. And let's see if we can pull something else. If not anything useful, something rare would be great. Something we can just add to collection. Now we got a Bloodsucker, a Tyrant's Tirade, Top Runner, Watkey, Blackwing, Boreas the Shark, Karakuri Gold Dust, Scrap Shark, Odin's Eye, and Cosmic Compass. All right, guys, so out of a packs, didn't really pull too many useful cards, but we did pull an Orient Dragon, which is a generic synchro monster. So we have a couple tuners in the deck. It could help further our strategy a little bit. We could get a bigger monster on board to do some damage. He's only 2300 attack, but it may come in handy. We do have 6 Samurai Strike. Card has 3 effects, but you do have to control 3/6 Samurai. That's not too hard because 6 Samurai do swarm the field. So I may be able to get this off if I draw it. Elder of the 6 Samurai, which we already have one in the main deck. So adding a second one wouldn't hurt. So we're gonna throw it in the deck and we're gonna see what happens. I think today my strategy is gonna be just to win. 6 Samurai on its own is a strong deck and it can do a lot. It can storm the field if you get to your pieces. It's gonna be a little harder because I only have like ones of stuff, but I think I could pull it off today. My highlight cards? Well, I'm glad you might ask. One of the goals with 6 Samurai is pretty much to get your monsters on the board. I know that sounds cliche, but in this deck it's very crucial to pretty much swarm the board and get your monsters on field. Now, in order to do that, you need to get to your spells, which most of them, they pretty much just search your deck. So, all of these will pretty much get me to the monsters I need to get to. And one of the main things you need to get is Gateway. You get Gateway on board before you start swarming the field. You're gonna constantly add counters to it and you're gonna constantly be able to get monsters out of your deck. And then the traps, which aren't that important in the deck, but they can get you there. Of course you have to control monsters to do this stuff, but these right here pretty much get you to where you need to be. Pretty simple deck to play. Structure deck, not so much. It's not gonna be as easy, but it's possible, and I know how to do it. So we're gonna try to get this W. It is a smaller tournament today, so probably not gonna be that many rounds. Let's do it. I'm gonna go sign up, and we're gonna get started.
Thanks to Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. Skillshare is a learning community for creative and curious people alike. It offers classes on all sorts of topics, including graphic design, photography, and film. These classes are customizable to fit your schedule. One class in particular that I've enjoyed is Productivity for Creatives. Build a system that brings out your best, taught by Thomas Frank. He teaches you how to create a physical and mental system to increase your productivity. So if you're ready to take on a new challenge or just want to shore up your skills, hit the link below to try Skillshare. In addition, the first 1,000 subscribers to click the link will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare, so you can start exploring your creativity today.
Alright guys, I just got done with my round 1, and it wasn't that great. This deck is slow, because I don't have all the cards. But I played against Phantom Knights round 1. Game 1, I started off with the okay hand. If I would have went second, it probably would have been better. But I went first, and I started off, I pretty much just set a monster and ended my turn. After that, my opponent starts with the Speed Roid combo, you know, with Terra Top and search out the other wind one, I can't think of his name right now. It ends on Appaloosa, and pretty much just kills my monster. After that, I summon Elder and Nasashi, who can attack twice. My opponent uses Fog Blade to stop it. Then he uses Mind Control on his turn to take control of my Elder and use it to make a break sword, and he pretty much just kills me with his monsters. That's the end of game 1. All right, now we go to game 2. I chose to go first in game 2, so I pretty much started off with Shien's Dojo, which is a very powerful card. A normal summon Kageki. After that, I didn't use Kageki's effect to summon Foot Soldier, which in hindsight I couldn't do because Foot Soldier is a Shien's card, not a 6 Samurai card. And then I try to use my Smoke Signal, but it gets Ash Blossom. Pretty much end my turn there. My opponent goes and makes another Break Sword to kill my Kageki and then pass his turn. Then I summon Command, and then send Dojo with 3 Bushido counters to summon Spirit of the 6 Samurai from my deck. And I equip it to my Command, and I use both of my monsters to attack for 2,700. Then my opponent goes and he makes Nightmare Phoenix to pop my Spirit, then links in the access code and attacks Command. Going to my turn, I summon my Uriza and I attack directly for 1,000. Attacking directly was technically a misplay because I had Foot Soldier on the field and not another 6 Samurai monster. Because Foot Soldier for some reason just says Shien's Foot Soldier. It's not a 6 Samurai monster, technically. And then on my opponent's turn, he attacks my Foot Soldier and I use my Foot Soldier's effect to summon Hand of the 6 Samurai from the deck. Then on my turn, I draw. I get my Advisor of the 6 Samurai and I summon my Advisor using his effect and I call Warriors. Now, Shien's Advisor, what he does is he stops a certain monster type from attacking and being special summoned. Now, in this case, I did call Warriors, which my whole deck is Warriors, so I figured I would get to an out before my opponent got over it, which he really just had to attack with access code, and I don't understand why he didn't. He had to run a tribute to get it off the field, which I don't know why that happened. All right, and then from there, game pretty much just went back and forth till my opponent summoned 2 Break Swords and won the game. Guys, whenever I come to my locals, I like to check out Ultimate Guard. Usually, Ultimate Guard has some of the better products in my opinion. Not knocking anybody else's, I use everybody's stuff, but this is some of my favorite stuff and our locals tends to carry a lot of it. I'm be honest with you, the boulders, I'm not a big fan of. I like the Sidewinders a little bit better. Boulders to me are just a little bit hard to open, but these are cool. They're eco, I guess these are made from renewable resources, which is always cool because we're out here trying to save the planet. If you haven't heard, the planet is burning. A lot of times we get those plastic ones, we just throw them away and they go somewhere in the landfill. So the fact that they are using recycled materials to make those, which is great. And I hate to turn this into an infomercial on saving the planet, but we do need to save the planet because we all live here. All right, guys, I just got done with my round 2. I did play against Gravekeepers. So I started my turn off setting some monsters. And my opponent starts off, he activates Necro Valley and sets 2 face down. Which pretty much is ended his turn. Then on my turn, I summon the Sashi and then Foot Soldier, and I attack with both. My opponent uses Magic Cylinder on the Sashi. Then my opponent's turn comes up, he Raigekis and then sets a card. I then use Darkhold, which gets Solemn Judgment. At that point, my opponent fusion summons Gravekeeper Supernaturalist, which is a really cool card in my opinion. And then on my turn, I summon Spirit. I tried to use Cunning, but Necro Valley was on board, so I kind of just couldn't use it. And then my opponent uses Harpy's Feather Duster and then just wins the game after that. So then we jump into game 2. I opt to go first again. At that point, I set a monster and set some back row. Then my opponent, he goes to activate Necro Valley and pretty much sets the cards, ends his turn. Go to my turn, I summon the Sashi and I flip summon Chamberlain and attack with both for 4,200 because Musashi, if I control another 6 Samurai, he can attack twice. Then my opponent sets and ends. And then I pretty much get back to my turn, I attack again, and I win the game. My opponent pretty much didn't get any monsters. So pretty cool game. I was able to pull that game out. But then we got to game 3. Pretty much it activates Necro Valley, summons a monster, and it looks like he pretty much didn't draw that well. But so then it gets to my turn, I use Darkhold, it gets Solemn again like it did last game. So then I summon Elder. Then I use Smoke Signal to search our hand. But then when I normally summon Kageki, his effect gets Solemn Strike. So I'm not able to summon hand from my hand. Then my opponent attacks and then passes. So then I summon hand, but his effect gets Veiler, so I pass. He makes a fusion and attacks over my hand. I had double-edged sword technique to probably try to shake back, but Necro Valley was on board. So pretty much my opponent just summoned another fusion and attacked me for game. And I was able to pull off again. Technically, I won the challenge today, but I wasn't able to win the match. So, hey, one of the cool things about my locals, you're always gonna find cool like dragons, and you might find a dungeon if you look hard enough, but that right there, I'm not touching it because it might bite me, but it is a dragon. And he has red eyes. I'm kind of freaking me out, so I'm gonna walk away.
Maybe he's a red eyes.
He does kind of look like red eyes.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not Joey Wheeler, so I'm not gonna try to tame it, but dude, just don't summon Dragoons, guy. Hey, and since we're talking about product at my locals, we just came across these right here. They're pretty cool. Any My Hero fans out here? You got the young student Deku with his sensei or senpai, I don't know what they call it. Big All Might over here. This is big energy, this is plus ultra energy. But these are standard size sleeves. Can't use them for Yu-Gi-Oh! But they are pretty cool. Might get some from my Digimon cards. All right, guys, I just got done playing my round 3 match, and it was against Melfi. Pretty cool deck in my opinion. I had never played against it, honestly, but I did lose that round. So, game 1, I activate my Shin's Dojo, and I summon my 6 Samurai Yaichi to put a counter on my dojo, and then I set a card and end my turn. He actually summons a barrier statue, but I pop it with my trap 6 strike Thunder Blast by getting rid of one of my Bushido counters. He uses a monster to pop my cards, but I use Musakani Magatama to negate that monster and destroy it. Musakani Magatama. That's what I said.
Yeah, you're right. Wait, so you guys say Musakani, I say Musakani.
You would be an
But
American.
it's like, yeah, so
Yeah,
I think
you're
it's just like,
American.
yeah, that's okay, all right.
You watch too much anime, you think you know how to say stuff. I actually got to Gemini summon my future Samurai, which was cool in 2021 because it's a Gemini monster and you don't see that often anymore. He then makes his Exceeds monster, Joyous Melfi, and things go back and forth for a few turns, but I can't draw into the cards I need, and the game pretty much just ends there with him attacking with 2 Melfi monsters. Game 2, I pretty much just brick, so I passed. He uses Obedience School, which is a super powerful card, really underrated card in my opinion. Probably because we haven't had too many archetypes that can utilize it, but Melfi's one of them that can. And I just keep breaking, he just keeps attacking. Eventually he pops all my back row, and then tops it off with the MST. And he pretty much ends the game by just attacking me directly. So, all right guys, I got my prizes here. At my locals, no matter how bad you do, you get prizes. So, Donna Majesty was this new set. Nothing in here I really need. I would love to get some Sword Souls, because that's a really cool card, cool looking. I think it's gonna be pretty good when the rest of it comes out. And I really want that card. I'm horrible at reading these upside down, so I'm not gonna read them. It's not a Sword Soul, it's an airplane card. Pack number 2. Ooh, I actually need that. All right, guys, that's all we got for you guys today. So remember, if you enjoyed this video, like the video, drop a comment down below. What you want to see me play next? Actually, we don't have a name for this segment yet, so I challenge you guys. This is your challenge. Come up in the comments with a name for this segment, and we may use it. But that's all we got. So remember, like the video, drop a comment, subscribe to the channel if you made it this far, you're not. And that's all we got. So pass turn.